Welcome to Strategic Technology. This is week 1, and we'll go over a few things here that are important to you getting started in an efficient and effective manner. This week, we talk about an introduction and analyzing key technology adaptation or adoption steps. So here's some expectations and success factors. This course goes by really quickly, so the probably should be on top is manage your time carefully. You know your schedule. You work. You're busy. You have to set aside enough time for you to, actively consume the information and do the background work before attempting the assignments. Okay, so do read the directions carefully. That's absolutely key. Manage your time. Go through all the announcements. I've got that in a couple places already. I've got information there to make things easier for you. For example, my expectations about formatting your work and things, and there's a reason for it. We'll go through that. But it's important that you do things one step at a time and pay close attention to due dates. And I would also recommend checking the announcements a few times a week in case something changes. But these right here, especially the time management, will help you immensely. Here's some resources. I've got them posted in the course as well. But Quick MBA, Mind Tools, Grammarly, CIO.com. Given the topics we have, these are really good additions to what's already available to you. The strategic role of information technology, just to make this simple. And I'm Jeff, if you hadn't guessed already, you're the professor for this course. Where the strategic technology or strategy in general is big picture information. Where do we want to go? Where do we want to head? This is what senior leadership does or figures out and says, where do we need to be 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years in order to be a viable concern? And whether we're for-profit or non, we have to generate revenue. I mean, no money, no mission is a good way to think about it. But we want to sustain our competitive advantage, what we do well, what allows us to grow, prosper, serve markets, serve communities, whoever that might be. So when we look at IT or information technology, these are tools to help us do that. Now, the interesting thing and the frustrating thing about information technology is it's fast moving. It changes how it's used, where it's used. It's hard to predict, and thus there's a risk of choosing the wrong tools, investing too much in a technology that's going to leave you at a dead end. There's a lot of things to consider. There's a technical side of this, without a doubt. There's a technical, understanding how that engine works. But as important, or maybe even more, is how is this information technology tool, and they're just tools, how is this going to help us leverage what we do well, our strengths? How is this going to help us take advantage of the opportunities that are before us? How is this going to help us hold off competition? How is this going to help us retain market share or grow market share? And all of these things, because again, there's a risk involved. It's weighing those out as a decision maker. And then once a decision is made, and it might be for the long term, and long term is different in different areas. So for information technology, long term might be a year or two, just because of the pace of change. But do pay attention to this, and being able to weigh risk and return is a very important element of what we're talking about here. Oops, I'm sorry, I went back the wrong way. There we go. So business process and software. Now software's, what we're using right now. It's hardware is what you read things on, and it's part and parcel of the same thing, hardware and software. Hardware is just the mechanical side of things, if you will, to allow the software to run. The code is what makes the hardware useful. But we've got business process. A business process is accounting processes like statement balances, transactions, could be marketing business processes, could be manufacturing. Anything that a business does, IT can be involved in to make this at 3 levels: improvement, automation, reengineering. So business process improvement is just that, making the processes better. We can dig dirt with a spade, but we can sure move a whole lot more if we have a backhoe or a bulldozer or something on that order. Okay, that's an improvement without a doubt. We can also automate. That's kind of the next level up. We can make things so that we don't need as many people to perform the process and automate. Great cost savings are a big part of this. Very, very big deal. And the last level, which is the most elusive but the most advantageous for us to get a hold of, is reengineering. Let's say we've got a 4-step process, and if we can combine 2, get rid of the 3rd step, and turn a 4-step process into a 2-step process and still achieve the same thing, or maybe even improve on things better, faster, quicker, reengineering is our ultimate goal. So keep that in mind as you read through things, and we study these. So let's go through the assignments, the kind of the basic assignments here. So we got week 1 form, spiritual formation, the digital you. These are the questions you'll respond to. Now, I've got these highlighted in yellow so you can see them, but these are the questions you're going to put in bold with your response to them right underneath in regular font. So it's going to be question, answer, question, answer. Okay, and I give you examples in the announcements as well, but one of the key strategies in the modern era of IT is to use big data. I'll let you look up big data, and there's resources available to you in the course, and the internet for culling information. What do you do with this? How do you look at that? How do you take advantage of all that big data? Number 2, is it okay for Christians to use data on the internet to find out more about potential employees? I would urge you to look at LinkedIn as an example. That might be some hints as how you might want to respond to that. And then the last question is, again, all the questions in bold, your answers in regular font. Single space is just fine. Is it ethical to search for data about a candidate on Facebook, Twitter, and other sources, social media? Assume the candidate has not submitted the digital information about themselves. Okay, that changes the complexion of this a little bit, so you have to weigh this out a little bit. And then replies. There's more than 1 or 2 people on the course, so you can at least respond. Let's see, what does it say? At least 1 colleague's initial post. But I would suggest read as many as you're able, and this is where the format of these questions or these assignments and all assignments thereafter, it'll help you zero in on what they're talking about. So it's just not a literary, I wonder where they're going to answer this and where their response to this, what question is. You've got it right in front of you, so you can respond effectively and accurately. If a colleague asks a question or critiques your initial post, you should respond to that critique or question. And please pay attention to due dates. That's highly important. Adoption of innovation paper. It's a little bit more here. There's some important steps in diffusion of innovation. Note the video on the course. Okay. Theory and technology acceptance model. Note the video in the course again. Choose a digital innovation, and proposing how it would be adopted by a workplace is a key strategic, as is key in strategic technology. Choose one of these digital innovations. Okay, so one of them. So CRM systems, customer relationship management. And again, you might have to do a little research online, but it's pretty quick and easy. Online stores. Think Amazon. Think pretty much anybody has an online store. Self-service website allowing customers to interact with the business. Again, self-service. Could be investments. Okay. AI is a very hot topic right now. This is changing. Even in the last few months, it's picked up speed. That might be one of a great interest to you. And ERP systems, enterprise resource planning, which is large databases that control businesses and are all inclusive. I mean, every department is layered into this database, and they're very powerful. The technology will then be compared to DOI and TAM concepts that are in the course. Technology acceptance model, diffusion of innovation is what they're replying to, on how people in the current and former workplaces have viewed technology. Okay, so you're going to compare it, AI, ERP, and so on. But you only have to choose one. 3 to 4 page paper analyzing the chosen technology, and there's rubrics available as well. But remember, question, answer. I want you to label everything. Okay, where you make a comparison, put that as a header. It's sort of like textbooks are laid out, or as they're laid out. So start strong. If you have questions, let me know. But get into this as quick as you can. You might have to watch this a couple times, but this should be helpful to you. I'll do this for every week and to make them available to you. So take care. If I can help you, I will. But hope you learn a lot. Thank you.